Hello, so now I'm gonna do a Doctor Who 2048, because I think that topic is probably of more interest to people I know. Um, and let's see, how do I share my screen? Share screen. Okay, so I'm gonna share the Doctor Who 2048 screen. And so hopefully, this is the first Doctor, and then the second Doctor. So that's the nice one about this is that it's really clear which power you're on if you basically know the doctors, which I didn't when I started out because I watched Doctor Who a lot in the 80s when it was the fourth and fifth Doctor. Take from this what you will, but I really liked the leather bikini companion. I liked that she was like not sophisticated and they still like cooked up ways for her to be a good companion that didn't always involve the leather bikini. I mean, like and I guess the thing about the Doctor is he's kind of ace, and so I think that's what makes him attractive to a lot of us. But anyway, I haven't had any real dilemmas so far in the game. Like I've only had to go left on occasion, and most of it's going down and right and down and right. We're up to 7th Doctor. And okay, so this is probably the most interesting thing to have happened thus far is that when we popped up to that 8th Doctor, no, that's the 7th Doctor, sorry, because the 8th Doctor is hot. So that 7th Doctor, when we collapsed into that, we had a whole bunch of empty squares. But as it would go, it hasn't been that hard to keep where we want to be. Okay. So even though you might think I would want to go right to bring more of the first Doctor down on the left, because I've got those 2 5s, if I were to go left right now, there's a chance that I'd wind up with a first Doctor on the right. So I'm going to go right instead of left, even though I'll wind up with more empty squares. It's better to have empty squares than low numbers on what is for me the right. Does that make sense? I don't know if that even makes sense. Like having empty squares on your bottom row is just something that's going to happen. And so you just have to, okay. So again, I've got 2 matching on the bottom row. So I'm no longer immune to left clicks. And so I have to think about right or left. I'm gonna go right. Not that big of a deal. Okay, hot 8th Doctor. Okay. So I went left there. It was because I had to. I didn't have any option otherwise, because there was nothing matching on my bottom row. I think there wasn't anything matching anyway. Okay, so this is nice. It just happened that I had 3 that all matched on the 2nd row. If I went left, anyway, you saw it. It was fun. Okay. So like there, I could have decided whether to match the 3rd Doctor on the bottom or the side. And at least in my last game, it seemed like it was generally the case that I wanted to go the side. Okay, so here I have to go left. There's no other way to match things. Oh, and look what happened. But it's okay, because now I can show you how you just go ahead and deal with that, and eventually it will be okay. Because the 8th Doctor is not that hard to get to for me. Okay, so on the left right now, I've got third doctors going this way and that. If I had a fifth doctor on the bottom row, it might make sense to make a fifth doctor on the second row and drop it down. But right now I'm going to drop the third doctor down. See, now I've got a fifth doctor. I really like how they use the black and white because it kind of helps you know if you've got too high of a number in a bad spot. So, okay, so watch what I'm going to do here. So I've got an L shape of the fourth doctor. And so you might think I would go down like I did last time. But if I go sideways, I'll wind up with a seventh doctor. No, I always think he's a seventh doctor, the sixth doctor, the clown doctor, because of the amount of colors he has in his jacket. Okay, so I'm going right to make a fifth, right again to make a sixth, and now I have to position that sixth where I can drop it down. Okay, and luckily I was able to keep this fourth to bring the that bottom corner back to where I wanted it. Okay, so I'm just kind of being random again at this point. Oh, look, yay. Okay. So I'm back in possessed mode, as my husband would think of it, where I'm just clicking buttons and I can't really explain at this level every choice I'm making. Just kind of in the zone, sort of, other than the part where my bottom row is jacked. Uh-oh. I mean, so having that few blank spots would be concerning, except I don't have anything above a power of 3 in my top row. So I know should be fine. Oh, okay. I didn't think that was going to happen. We like to think that the fourth doctor is never a bad thing, but sometimes it can be. So I've decided there, where I just combined those two fifth doctors, I decided to combine them on the left instead of the right because I don't know if I can really explain rationally why I decided to do that, but I just felt better about it. Because you're never going to you can't build one and then expect that it's ever going to get to the side where you want. The only way that you collapse things is by building. If that, I mean, yeah, that makes no sense when I say it out loud, but that's just how we roll. Okay, so something that's never going to happen is if I press down here, all 3 of those are going to go down. There's no way that only the 2 5s are going to combine and allow me to bring over that 6. So I guess that's a relevant piece of information. So it's frustrating, but it'll be okay. We'll get there eventually. So let's see. Ah, this isn't ideal, but I guess I'll go this way because I can build on that fourth. Okay, that's kind of ugly. Okay, now I have a fourth doctor on the third row. That's not really my favorite. Huh. Okay, so see how where that one popped up, it left 2 blank spots on either side of that 2 in the second line. I'm not really sure what to do here. Not sure if there's a better choice for that guy. Okay. Okay. Which way do I go? I'm actually going to try to drop down a 7. So I'm going to combine 2 4s. Then I'll be able to combine 2 5s. Then I'll be able to combine 2 6s and get that 7. So boop, 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 boop. Ooh, and now I have a war doctor who I'm always like, why isn't that a line doctor? What the hell is going on? See, I never saw any of the episodes of him in it. Maybe I should look some up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that down because I now have 2s in my lower part of my puzzle. Okay, so I am now going to use the opportunity to combine these 2 5s to get a 6 and make a 7 there. So now my 7 is only 2 powers down from, you know, it's very different to have a 7th doctor in that bottom corner versus a 2, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? What do I want to do? Huh. So now that that 5th doctor is really in that corner, we're gonna pretend our bottom row doesn't exist and just play to this corner here. What? Just hit the up button by accident. I guess that's one thing I'm finding about trying to talk while I do this is that I sometimes hit the up button by accident. Now, as up buttons go, that's probably about the best outcome we could have had there. If you wind up with a low box in your left corner of your bottom row, that is awesome because that's like what would happen anyway during normal gameplay. Okay. Because the odds that I'll be able to move that 6th doctor over are pretty good. Look at this. That's beautiful. Okay. Okay. One left. You need a 2. There we go. I don't know why 2s are so much worse than 4s to have low down, but okay. Let's see. What do we want to do with these guys? I'm going to go this way and hope that I can build another 6th doctor over here. And hopefully that will be good. Minor setback. Let's see what happens. Okay, I better collapse some stuff here because I've only got 1 empty square. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so this was interesting. So if there was already, okay, so what I'm talking about right now is that left square on the 2nd row. If there was already a square on top of that before I hit down, it wouldn't have left that blank box. But because it populated a new 2 in, it considers that that happened after I made the move. So that's why there's now a blank spot above that. Okay. My phone is giving me a data warning, even though I'm on Wi-Fi right now. It's probably always good. Have you seen my coffee? No, but we do need to pay your phone bill. Okay. Okay. I keep getting 2s in that corner. Okay, here we go. Okay, now at least we have a 5th doctor there in that corner. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get a 5th doctor. Nope, I'm not. Got ahead of myself. Okay, this might be my last move, but the only thing I can do is go left here. Okay, good. So 90%. Getting a 2 instead of a 4 came through for me there. Okay, well, at least I'll have an 8th doctor here now. Awesome. Oh. I had a 3 above 2 teeth, but it solved itself. Sorted itself out. So I'm sort of clicking through, but I don't have a ton of space. Okay, so gonna see if I can get a 5th doctor down here. Okay. Oh man, look at this. Not good. Okay, 5th doctors. I think whenever my 3rd row is full, I should stop and talk about why I'm choosing to do what I'm doing. So I'm just working on getting this 3rd doctor, 5th doctor, and go down and bring this over. And maybe that thing will be able to hang out there. We'll see. Oh crap, it dealt me a 4 when I didn't want one. Okay, so now so we're almost getting into making our S shape here because we're trying to get an 8 to drop down there and make another war doctor. But getting kind of intense. So right now I'm counter to what I would normally be trying to do. My 2nd row, I'm building, going higher to the right. And right now it matches up, so that's all good. Okay, so now I'm going to be going left instead of right by default most of the time. Okay, see how pretty this is? I got a 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna just need another 4th doctor and we'll be golden. Awesome, here we go. This is pretty. Oh, and it's extra pretty because it's the 8th doctor. Okay, we're gonna go down. Now we got a war doctor, get rid of it. Hey, it's for Ralston. And this is as far as I get most games. I haven't gotten to the 10 very often. But right now, everybody is positioned where they should be, so that's great. Okay. So now we're back to having an actual bottom row on our bottom row. So I just need to try and keep it where as much as possible, like I have bigger ones. So I'm gonna start at my bottom right. We've got 9, 7, 6, 5. Okay, and then we're doing an S shape. So above the 5, we got a 4, and we got 2 3s, and then a 1. And it kind of matters that there's 2 2s up there, but not really, because that's just not an emergency. Okay. Hey, it's doctor again. I don't think I ever saw the Doctor Who movie until like after I had been watching like the 10th Doctor. But I could be wrong. Like part of me thinks I might have seen it like in the 90s. Was it out in the 90s? When was the Doctor Who movie? Doctor Who film 1996. Yeah, I don't know when I wound up watching that. I Okay, so I have to decide here, am I going to go right or left? I'm going to go right, to keep that bottom row in the right sequence, or the right, it's not a sequence, but it's the right direction, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just having to deal with these building on the left for a little bit here because, oh no. Okay. I'm not sure if I wanted to make that fourth doctor in that second row just there. Wasn't intentional. It's in the wrong sequence. Okay, so pop quiz. We've got these three third doctors here. Where is the fourth doctor going to appear when I press down? It'll be on the bottom row. Okay, no, it's okay. Nobody ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Okay, so that cluster of fourth doctors. If I had a fifth doctor further in, I might go right instead of down, but I'm going down. Okay, now we have to deal with twos, pesky twos. I say two, I mean a one. It's the first doctor, but it would be worth 2 points if this was real 2048. So, and now things are just kind of chaos. Okay, I finally got that 2 out of there. And by 2, I mean first doctor. Why don't we just call him George Washington? I should know the actor's name. I don't. I really apologize about that. Okay, so this is kind of a weird situation. Those 5s are going to collapse into a 6, and so where do I have them be? There really wasn't an ideal solution to that one. Like at my level of strategy, I don't know that there was a better solution to that problem. Okay, so again, here we're just going to press down. That that thing is probably going to be a 7th doctor by the time it gets out of that second row. So I'm still basically going to act. Okay, so I don't know how to explain this. When you get a higher card that's not at the edge, you just kind of go around it, I guess is the best way I can describe how to think about that. So we're just going to act like that is kind of a fixed point in time and go around it. Okay, things are getting a little hairy up here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so this is a situation where I'm going to go right and then drop a 7th doctor down on top of it. Boom. Poor doctor. Man, it's just so disappointing to see the 8th doctor turn into the war doctor. But like I said, I need to watch an episode and find out if he's actually a cool dude. That would mean I'd have to look up and see whatever. Okay, so here's what happened. So I used to watch the 4th and 5th Doctors back in the 80s. Ah, why did that happen? That's what makes it fun, is challenges. Because if they all just popped up ideally and you just popped through it in 64 clicks, then that wouldn't be any drama. We don't want drama. Okay, so I used to watch 4th and 5th Doctor, and then I watched 10th Doctor, and then went back and watched 9th Doctor. And then I started out watching 11th Doctor, and it wasn't that I didn't like the 11th Doctor, but when it was time for Amy Pond to get stuck with the whatever angels things, I couldn't even with that. So that's as far as I got. As I got up to the start of that episode where Amy and Rory are going to get trapped in New York. So I never could finish that episode. I had like a lot of emotion with Amy and Rory, like how the Pandorica and all that, how he waited with her all those years. Like, I'm a person that is super into loyalty, and so that was like so emotional for me that he waited all through all of human history to get her out. And so even though they were with each other and it would have been okay, I just couldn't ever get excited enough to watch that episode. And then that's also when all the streaming services started being like, me, 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 me. So it may not have been straight for, like, I had to steal my sister's Prime sign in. And I don't even know where it's streaming now. I haven't even looked at that, but I guess I'll have to look up the War Doctor and see. Oh, that was lucky. That was sheer luck what just happened there. I'm just totally going on autopilot. So like by autopilot, it's like I can watch something else on TV and play this at the same time, and it is usually not a disaster. It's kind of like I'm driving down a road that I know. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna count up and see where my gaps actually are. So this is the 9th Doctor, 8.5876. Okay, so this is pretty to get to David Tennant. Maybe. Let's see. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. Like, and when you're close, you become extra like, oh my gosh, what if something goes wrong? Oh, look how pretty this is, guys. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And there he is. And look how much empty space we have after we've done just like a really well laid out run like that. So I'm going to keep playing until I screw up. Maybe I won't screw up, I mean, it happened. I just don't, like, obviously, until I watch the episodes, I don't know why they have the War Doctor and not like, I mean, what about the Master? Who played the Master in those episodes with David Tennant? Like, the Master, I guess, has been along so many times that, I mean, I guess they could say that if they were using a film doctor, that maybe they needed to include that War Doctor. Like, I read a little bit about it on Wikipedia. Because the first time I was so mad when my 8th Doctor turned into the War Doctor, even though it says right under the screen, including the War Doctor. But I didn't know what that meant until it popped up, and I was like, wait, it's supposed to be Christopher Eccleston, and it's some old guy. Sorry, old guy. Now, I've totally finished these before with like some random thing in my right corner, so it's totally possible that we could, no, actually that tells me nothing about this. I've never gotten to the 12th power on any game, but maybe today I will. See, okay, I kind of got too many twos over there. Pay some attention to get rid of some of those. No, okay, see, thought I had a 2nd Doctor. At least I've gotten rid of all my 2nd Doctors. Okay, and I still have kind of this is a bad pattern, 3-4-3-4. Like, that's how they get you. Okay, good. I'm going to be able to combine two of these fours and drop it down onto my 5. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Mm-mm. It's just a normal part of the game. Those twos coming up on the left or whatever side you're not building on, not building toward, I guess. Right. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So having that 5 where I have it, it's not ideal, but it's probably not the end of the world. I'll deal with it eventually. Oh, I'll deal with it right now. So now nothing is out of bird order, relatively speaking. I mean, there's gaps, but there's nothing is in the wrong place relative to the other ones of that value sequence. Ooh, okay, still not the end of the world. It's Doctor Who. It's always the end of the world. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm just gonna go down here. That guy's just gonna have to stay there because I would rather have a 5 on the second row than a 6 on the second row. Because as you may have noticed, every guy out of order like exponentially worse than the previous guy order. Do, do, do. Hey, Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Ooh. War Doctor. Except we actually need Christopher Eccleston before we even get the least bit excited about finishing or progressing. Never finished. Just run out of time. Okay. So now this is pretty okay. Not too bad. I should have other music. See, aren't I glad I'm not on Twitch? People would be terrible. Terrible. What they were saying on Twitch is that your sound has to be good. That's why I didn't wind up doing this on Twitch. I also didn't know if you can save recordings or if all of Twitch is only streaming. Do you know the answer to that, Hayden?
Yeah, you can stream it on this.
I don't think they heard all of that question. Okay. I'm just popping along here trying to, so in case you're keeping track, so my bottom builds to the right and now I'm able to be building to the left because I've not got anybody out of order in my second from the bottom row. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. That was nice while it lasted, but now we're back to having really low numbers in our bottom row, which is okay. Okay, well, look, we were able to get that 4th Doctor into the bottom row. And now we only have color pictures in the bottom, which is pretty good. It's weird because I think when I was doing Keanu Reeves, the shirtless picture was the 16. And is that the same as the 4th Doctor? Let's see. 2, 4, 8, 16. Yeah. So I like the fourth doctor pretty well. Sorry, baby. But okay, look, this is all great. Boop, boop. Okay, and that's as far as we get with that one. Okay, that 2 is not where I would really choose for it to be. Good. Okay, here we go. So I'm just relying on my down and my left button mostly, unless I do something different right now. So just for laughs, I think the next recording I make, I'll try one of the top corners and see how that goes. See, I just right left. It would have been tempting to do it down there, but I could have wound up with something weird happening behind my 5th doctor. There's something you don't want. If anything weird happening behind your 5th doctor. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. We're getting okay. I'm gonna count it. Okay, we still need a Christopher Eccleston before we can even get excited about anything, right? And then we'll need another war doctor before we'll do anything with that. Okay, so now we're back to having 2s on our bottom row. So, oh wow, that was lucky. Could have gotten sucked. Could have wound up with something weird behind my David Tennant, and we can't have that unless it's Martha. I always identified with Martha, and so that's why I ship Martha and 10, even though I know that Rose is his one true pairing. I guess that's my deviant, weird pairing is Martha and 10. Did I just ruin this whole thing for you? Okay. Oh, that was not what I meant to have happen, but it's okay. It'll be okay. Do you remember that from Men in Black? Okay. It's okay. How is it okay? I mean, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so now I have to work around this. It'll probably, oh no, shoot, I have to go up. Okay, let's see what happens when I go up. Yuck, but, yuck, but, yeah, there's really no but about that. It's terrible. It's gonna be really hard to fix. I guess we'll just do our best and hope for things to, oh, I'm really likely to die right now. So unless, like, I have a 1 in 10 chance of not dying right now. Oh no, because there's a first doctor there. Okay, so I have that first doctor on the right, so I'm gonna go left. Okay, still pretty tight. Still very tight. I'm dead. Oh, okay. Well, I almost got to 30,000. Like, that is not a small number. That's probably enough 2048 for today, I think.